The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Not your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny, but funny.
Welcome back. I'm Marvelous.
No, I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. And this is the Podical Sons podcast. Start the damn show.
Live on a Sunday, but you get it on a Tuesday.
So it's live to us then.
It's live to us.
You're fucked. All streaming platforms possible. PodicalSons.com. YouTube as well. Like, comment, subscribe. Send the Ask the Sons questions. Keep them coming.
All of that.
Send them to the website, especially, but you can send them anywhere. Send them how you send them.
Send them how you send them,
Send them how you send them. Keep doing your thing and stuff like that. We are here. How's your week?
My week is all right, man. I've been a little bit progressive, a little bit restful, a little bit of everything, man. So, yeah, it's been a good week. Good week so far. About you?
Week is good, too. Days are bleeding into days and shit like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. Shit just bleeding into shit. I'm like, oh, you're here on a fucking Sunday or stuff. Like, it's nonstop. I'm like, it's like Monday through Friday. Parental duties on Friday to Saturday. And then you're here on a Sunday to go right back to, I was like, I don't even know what.
Yeah. They blend, man. They blend.
Non-stop. We're going to play some Drake now. We'll sing some Drake so we don't get sued.
Yeah, we'll sing it.
We'll sing it so we don't get sued. But yeah, man, other than that, life is kosher. Life is kosher. Can't complain. Still have the health. Still have, body parts functioning and ticking.
That's
still alive and well.
Most important. Health is wealth.
Health is wealth. I think we're disregarding that. You think, are we getting better with that as people, as time goes on? Or we're not giving a fuck?
I think we're starting to give a fuck again.
You think so?
Yeah. I think now we're starting to give a fuck again. I think.
What about your generation? Because you got a generation before, like.
I guess when I say that, I think I would say my generation. Simply because, like, let's be honest, within the last month and a half, I've had 2 uncles that passed away.
Damn. Sorry. My condolences.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you think of that in that perspective,
wake up call.
It's definitely a wake up call.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, I'm 2 years shy of 50. Right? So there's things I gotta start thinking about.
I'm about to say, first of all, because some people don't make it to that point.
Some people don't make it to that point. And when I make it to that point, I would like to see 75. I would like to see 80. I would like to see as much years as I possibly can. So
I want to go till I'm not able to wipe my own ass.
Yeah. And then that's it.
The personality I have now, I have to change it drastically and humble myself extra more.
Right.
When I can't wipe my own ass. Because I talk greasy and everything like that, right? So I think I have to just turn up the humidity a lot. Because I'm looking like somebody's not wiping my own ass. And then I'll probably like, this might not be the way for me to, like, way of living. But I mean, who knows? Because like even when you and I, we spoke about, can you live a life without your dick and everything like that?
Right.
Be like your kids. Your kids, like, okay, you've enjoyed yourself or you've enjoyed that much of your life now. What about the kids and everything? And some people might be hearing this and be like, fuck them kids. I was saying that too. But then there's those moments and stuff, whatever, like you're looking like,
Yeah.
I do it for you,
You do it for you.
So I don't know how long I can sit, without me wiping my ass and everything like that.
Yeah.
They better by the time I get to that point, they better come with some cure for me.
I was about to, they're either going to come with a cure or Elon going to have some robots out there wiping asses for sure.
You see the robots yesterday?
I seen it. That's what
I
said. Elon going to have some robots out there wiping ass.
You trust a robot wiping your ass, though? Like, and how are you going to position yourself, though?
For the robot?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Real talk. You gotta think, how are you gonna position yourself for this
for the robot to wipe your ass?
Like, are you on your back? Like, is the robot holding your legs up like a baby? Like, getting the little lift notion?
Well, how do people have to position themselves now for the nurse to do it?
I don't know. Because I'm not in the room when they do the patients and stuff like that.
They got whatever it is. I'm gonna send my robot to get nurse training for about 6 to 7 months.
Download that shit.
You're right. I don't need to send him anywhere.
How to properly wipe an ass?
Just update. There's an update for ass wiping. It's a new function. I need that.
Oh, even that too. That fucking that slur shit. We were talking about slurs and stuff and earlier.
Right.
And we were saying like there's certain slurs that just don't really make too much sense and everything. Call a person an ass wipe. Don't you want your ass to be wiped?
I would love for my ass to be wiped.
So why you call it? You call it like a toilet paper? Is that what it is?
I'm thinking that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Tell you, man. Blood clot. Tampon.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the more disrespectful.
Disrespectful. Call a man a tampon. Call a person a tampon. So,
actually, Jamaicans, as far as I know, we're the first to use a disrespectful term, go suck your mother.
See, I always like go suck your mother better than motherfucker. Because I look at where, let's say, okay, your wife has 2 children for you. Right. So technically you're a motherfucker.
You are.
Right? Yep. But like you tell somebody go suck your mother, you're telling them like, yo, the hole you came out of, we don't need you to go back in. We need you to suck it. It's like, yo, that one, yeah.
I mean, that has got to be disrespectful. Disrespectful.
Some disrespectful.
Yeah, that's some
shit,
disrespectful shit for sure.
Some fighting words.
Yeah, so 100%.
Some fighting words.
100%. Ain't nobody gonna argue with you if you throw fists for that.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's get to the poll. Let's get to the proceedings.
Yeah.
The first poll was, do you still trust roller coasters? And 80% said hell no.
Yeah.
Talk to me. How you feel?
Nah, I don't trust them at all. And
that last one from India, I don't know. It's not a laugh.
Yeah.
It was just it was more of a shock. Like, I'm on social media.
Right.
And I'm seeing this roller coaster and stuff. And in my head, I'm like, my spider sense is telling me this is not going to be a good thing.
Right.
It's not going to be a good thing. But I want to figure out, how is this not a good thing? Because I'm like, at first I'm like, people still trust the roller coasters? If you're not going to these fairs, these theme parks and everything to eat the food and take a few photos, what are we doing now? How you feel about these roller coasters, man? Talk to me, man.
Well, the last time I rode an actual roller coaster, I want to say probably like mid-20s.
Damn, and you just say you 2 years away from 50.
Yeah, mid-20s is the last time I rode a roller coaster. And I think it was at that point where the thrill of the risk was no longer a thrill to me. And the what ifs start becoming more of a thing.
I see. I get it.
Like, when you tell me that in sky jumping, there's a 99, or there's like, you have 99% chance of your chute opening, I'm not trusting that 1%. I'm not going up because of that 1%. Right? So now, that way of thinking, as I get older, it just keeps like, why would I want to risk anything when I don't need to, right? So then, for the thrill, for the excitement, I can find other things to do that. I can find other things to give me that, right? So then, I put that stuff off my radar from a long time ago,
right?
But I've never really looked at it as things that are not safe. I always figured, okay, you know what? Because of the attraction, because of what it is, you're gonna put in the very most forethought in safety in the design of these things.
You would think.
You would think, right? So I never question like these things. I always thought these things were safe. Actually, the last thrill ride I went on was Drop Zone. Bro, seeing that clip of that Drop Zone ride, crashing and literally ejecting people out of the seats when it crashed.
That one was something else.
Dude, I was like, that is insane.
That's the reason, like when I was watching the video, I was like, Do we still trust these things? Like
that's insane. And I'm like, well, okay, well, no. It's not even roller coasters that we should. It's like roller coasters is one thing, but we've seen like rides, like thrill rides, and I don't get it because. And you know, I was gonna say because I've never experienced anything like this when I was younger or growing up. But then again, we didn't have like you said, we didn't have the social media to capture it, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe these things were always happening. Maybe the ride safety was always an issue. We were just never seeing these things.
I think a lot
in front of our faces.
A lot of these things are then swept under the rug.
Yeah.
Or they're like kind of kept hush hush. Or I want to say not even that, but localized.
Right.
It was more localized. So if it was an incident that took place and stuff, whatever, it's kind of like the locals would know because the locals would kind of spread the word.
Yeah.
And then after that, it would just probably just dissipate.
Right.
Where once it's captured on social media, it's on the internet.
That's it.
That bitch is there forever.
That's it.
Forever. You can do
the world to see.
Yeah, a kid can do a research paper and stuff about like when the first I'm pretty sure like the first video of like roller coaster or some shit like that or a thrill ride fucking up or malfunctioning.
Yeah.
They could probably find it.
Mm.
They could probably find it. Right? So I was like, the thrill thing for me, I think that aspect of stuff has gone.
Yeah.
Because a few years ago, not even a few years ago, it was almost 10 actually.
Right.
Almost 10. One of my boys and stuff like that, he hit me up one day and I called him on a Tuesday and he's like, he's like, what are you up to and stuff, whatever, tomorrow? I'm like, it's just Wednesday, I'm at work.
Yeah.
He's like, don't you want to call in sick, play hooky and we can go to Wonderland? I was like, actually.
That sound fresh.
Yeah. Called the sick line with Jay-Z. It's your boy. I'm not doing too well. Oh, it's The Rock. Hung up my damn phone. We went. And it was like no lines because it's a Wednesday.
Of course.
Random Wednesday. We rolled the shit. We got off, I think we got off like the Behemoth. And we got off the Behemoth. There was no other thing. The guy's like, you guys want to go again? She's like, yeah, fuck yeah. Why not? Yang, yang. We lived life. And then it hit by like 4 o'clock. I'm like, yeah, we've been here since like 10, 11. I think we got enough of this place. And stuff.
We got our fill.
And I was there and I was like, okay. And a co-worker of mine, I think, went the following year. And she went and stuff. And she's older. And she's like, the equilibrium, within the air and everything. She's like, she came off one ride and she felt nauseous. And then she kind of gave it some time, and then she went on another ride, and she actually yacked. So when she vomited, she's like, "Yo, she used to love roller coasters and stuff like that." And like we all did, right, when we were younger. So she's like, "We're done." She's done now. She's like, she's there just to monitor her kids if need be, and eat the food.
That's it.
So I was like, I see it. I'm
afraid.
afraid.
There's a lot of shit we used to do with as kids that was risque. Like the other day, I was
Would you climb a tree now?
Nah. Like the other day, we were in Toronto, right? Yeah. And we were driving along Black Creek, right? So Black Creek heading towards Lawrence. And I was telling my son and so forth like that. No, sorry, we were coming from Humber along Alliance.
Okay.
So you know how they have the creek is fenced off?
Yeah.
Right? And it had the whole bunch of graffiti and stuff like that. I was telling my son, I said, yo, we used to play down there. We see where it's fenced off now, but we used to be able to go down there and play, right? And I go, matter of fact, we used to walk the creek. We used to take the creek from the same place I'm telling you, from Jane and Lawrence.
I heard that goes to Scarberia.
We used to walk it from there and go to the McDonald's.
At Falstaff. During lunchtime.
Like back then, we used to get like an hour and a half lunch, so you could do that trek.
Back then, why did you get so long? Jobs don't even give employers that long.
So you could go and you could come back, right?
Right.
So that's what we would do, right? But I'm talking like some risky shit, like, yo, I dare you to jump the creek. I ain't jumping the creek. Jump the creek. You gotta jump the creek. And you be looking at the creek, and the creek water be rushing. Whoosh. I mean, you fall in that shit.
You're gone.
Right? But we're jumping it. No, yo!
And you guys weren't Little Mermaids or Little Mermen.
No.
Little Mermen, because the black folks, what around the campfire, y'all can't swim.
We can't swim.
I'm Floridian, I can swim.
But I'm driving by it now, and I'm saying to myself, I can't believe we used to do that shit, right? And then further down more, right, the creek, it cuts into like some backwoods, right? Back there used to be a rope that we tied to a tree, right? A long rope with a little wooden plaque on it, right? And we would go up to the hill and swing that thing and be like 10 feet over the creek. And be like,
Geronimo.
And swing back. I'm like, what were we thinking? But again, when you're young, that shit like
Young, wild, and free.
young, wild, and free.
I'm a fan of it. I'm not mad at it. I look at it where, there's tons of things like I said, the tree climbing stuff, right?
Yeah.
I used to climb trees and stuff for fun, especially when I used to live in Miami, for fun. I think the only tree I never climbed like that too much was like coconut trees, because coconut trees, since they had like the pollination time,
Yeah.
I remember one dude climbed it and then he just came sliding down. He just started swinging, like all these bees and stuff like that was by to pollinate the coconuts and stuff for them to come in, right? And I was like, I'm not fucking with coconut trees no more. Every other tree I would climb.
Yeah.
And I remember I went to a boy's house, stood to Benji. I went to Benji's house and shit like that. And we climbed one tree and there's a water moccasin and stuff, whatever, like at the base of the damn tree. Or like a poison, like cottonmouth viper.
Yeah.
So I'm looking like, they climb trees? And they're like, well, it's not because the trees are so much like at an angle by the water.
Right.
So you don't know what to expect. So I was like, yeah, I'm done. I was over climbing trees and stuff, whatever then. So I went to somebody's barbecue and they're like, oh, I'll just climb the tree. I'm like, at that time I was like 32.
Yeah.
I was like, people ain't climbing trees in their 30s. Like, calm down. The man went up. I think like whatever, the ball was stuck. And when he got the ball, he hit it out. They were, hey, hero. And then he's trying to make his way back. He slipped and he came down. I was like, and somebody's like, yo, Marv, don't laugh. And I'm like, it's too late. Like, the man's like, I think my tailbone's fucked up. I'm like, I think everything got fucked up on your way coming down. And it's like maybe like at least a 6-foot drop for him.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's not even that massive.
Bro, listen, man. Last year sometime, going to a friend's house, I parked up. And I know I told you this already, but that's Podical fans haven't heard this yet, so let me share the embarrassment story with them. So where my friend is parked, so we're parked at the church, right?
Okay.
And it's the church, the pharmacy. Behind the pharmacy is the backyard of my friend's what do you call them? Townhouse. Yeah. Right? So I'm saying to myself, she's like, well, you can either walk around or hop the fence. Right? This fence is not that high. So I'm looking at it's just me and my son. I'm looking at the fence. I'm like, soft things. Soft things means easy runnings. So I'm like, all right.
Oh, have the mighty have fallen.
So I leap up on the fence, right? And I leap over now. I think my son's so free. My son already cleared it. You know what I mean? Young, wild and free. He already cleared it. He's over. So I'm like, all right, my turn now. I jump. I leap over. I clear it. And I'm like, yes, I'm over. And as I'm coming down to get my feet in position to land, I land, right? But I forgot how to control my momentum.
What the fuck does that mean?
So as I land, my momentum was still going. So as opposed to just landing on my feet, I fell forward.
Oh, so if this is the Olympics, you want to get the 10?
No, I would not get the 10. I didn't land. I didn't make the landing. I did not make the landing.
Didn't hit the landing.
I didn't make the landing. And so that entire week, man, the hip bone, the thigh bone, the white sneakers all dirty. Needless to say, every time I go back there, I walk around.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
Anytime something and stuff goes bad for me now, and then I'm like, this is a teaching point. I'm like, what have we learned? I always hear that voice in the back of my head. What have we learned? You know, not to hop no friggin' fence like we're friggin' Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it, man. Those thrills they don't tickle my fancy anymore.
Not anymore. No.
I'm okay with that, man. No problem, no qualms. Next poll now. Apparently, it gets a bootleg controversial one. Should you save a woman from public domestic violence? 88% said yes, of course. How do you feel about that one? Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her.
You know what I mean? Y'all need to... I might monitor.
Okay, so you'll call it out.
Yeah, I'll call it out. I'm probably not going over to because if I don't know how it started, I don't know how it started. But I'll call it out. I'll be like, yo, you know what I mean? Chill. You know what I mean? I'll say, maybe y'all should, handle it a little bit different. That's it. But I'm not going in there to get sucker punched, man.
I look at it, I like how you started out. You don't know how it started.
I don't
know how it started and stuff, right? And I don't treat every situation like it's like a known celebrity situation or some shit like that, whatever. I look at it stuff as like, all right, according to Rihanna's side of the story and according to Chris Brown's side of the story, she did strike first. Right? I look at it on like that aspect, you don't know how it started.
Yeah.
But when do we hold people accountable, or especially the women in this case, for being in a relationship like that? Because I look at it, if dude's putting hands on you in public,
right?
Imagine private, like behind closed doors.
Yeah.
I think that's a brazen move. Now, if it's a reactive kind of thing, again, you don't know how it started.
Right.
Now, somebody said to me, like, well, what if it was your mom, or what if it was... Absolutely. But I think my mom, or like the women that I interact with like that, they want to be in a relationship with a person who's putting their hands on them and stuff like that, right? And they're like, oh, you don't know people, and some people will switch up and everything. No, just telltale signs.
Yeah.
Just telltale signs. Like if you're with a woman and now say you fuck up on some shit with her, she come in your face and stuff, she's like, look, I'll fuck you up. That's a prequel to the destruction.
Right.
How are you coming in my face talking about, look, I don't fuck you up?
Yeah.
What happens if you did want to fuck me up? That means you'll actually like bring me violence.
There you go.
Why am I going to stay with you if you're actually going to bring me violence?
Yeah.
And then some people are like, oh, some people push people. Like there's too much dancing around. Domestic violence ain't cool. Period.
Period.
It happened in public. I could break it up and they can go home together the same damn way.
Yeah.
Or I could break it up and then they both dip before the police come.
Yeah.
And then he go home and beat the shit out of her some more because
he didn't get to finish beating her up.
Look, before you get into a situation like that, know like for a fact, like, yo, you don't want to be treated like that. Right? Some people do want to be treated like that. I learned that too.
Mm-hmm.
I've dated a girl in the past, like when I was in school. She said to me, she's like, yo, it's like, you don't give a fuck about me. I'm like, why would you say something like that? She's like, yo, you don't like call to stalk on me, it's to stalk me or check me and everything like that shit. Yo, you're a soft guy. I was like, you want a dude to kind of just like grab you up by the clothes that I never paid for and everything like that? Tell him like, yo, make sure you answer the phone when I call you. She's like, yeah, show me at least you care. I feel like you just don't give a damn. I was like, that's what you want.
Love. That's what we want.
Yeah, that is. I'm not with the toxic love.
I'm not with the toxic love at all.
I'm not with the toxic love. I will call the police.
Yeah.
The most I would do. I wouldn't even alert them. I call the police. I'm like, yo, 911, what's the emergency? I'm like, yo, there's some dude in whatever blase shirt.
Yeah.
He's smacking the shit out of this chick.
Yeah.
And she's leaking.
Y'all need to come to
the location I'm at is such and such and such.
And it's better. It's actually better if you do that.
Because now if anything else is supposed to escalate.
Exactly.
Hopefully they get there on time. One. And why would you say that is actually better?
For the same reason what you just said. You could break it up now and they could go home and beat the shit out of each other. If you call the police and the police break it up, he's gonna have to think twice about going
Sending
home.
her to him.
Yeah. He's gonna have to think about twice doing that when he gets home.
That's right. That's right. You're right. I agree to that.
You understand? Because they're trained to know patterns like that.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that they're going to say is ask you is, yo,
are you staying somewhere else?
Or does this carry on at home?
Oh, yeah.
Does this carry on at home? Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you say yes, they're probably not even going to let you go with that dude.
I went to somebody's house and stuff, whatever. I think sometime during, well, I think after all the lockdown shit was done,
yeah,
and they live in an apartment building and stuff, whatever, too. And on their floor, there was a domestic violence thing going on. So the cops came and stuff and everything, broke up, all that type of stuff. And I think they took dude out. They took dude out and stuff, whatever. And one officer was talking to her when I was walking past. And he said, so the dude going off in the cuffs, he's like, the other officer has him by the elevator. So when I come out the elevator, I see one dude in cuffs. I see the other officer looking at me. I'm looking like, well, damn. I'm like, okay. And then I see the other officer talking to her at the apartment door, but I had to walk past to get to my boy's spot.
Right.
And I was looking at stuff and he said, if you're not going to press charges, we can't keep him for that long.
Yeah.
And if this is his former residence, do you have somewhere else to go? Because if he comes right back in this bitch, you think it's going to be... Look, I know a dude when I was younger, he called the cops on his mom.
Yeah.
Because he had a bad grade. His mom and stuff looked at the cops and said, look, she's Jamaican.
Yeah.
Scary Jamaican women.
Yeah.
I need you to take him. Take him with you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't take him with you after you guys leave, I'm going to whoop his ass for calling you guys.
Yeah.
They're like, have a nice night, man. It's like, hey, yo. So that's what I'm saying.
Motherfucker wasting our time? Out.
You think after the cops done detained him, probably done got some prints in, ran him through the system and everything like that. He won't come in like, hey, I overreacted. He'd be like, I spent the night in this, or I was in this place where I could have been in my house. Ugh. Ladies, if you're in these situations and stuff like that, I think the first sign to look for and stuff is that, do you deem it as love? If you deem it as love,
reevaluate what you think love is.
Yeah, because I don't think love is blind.
Love is blind.
They have a song, Love Hurts. I don't think that was that hurt. I think they're talking about broken heart type of stuff and everything.
Yeah, and Love is Blind wasn't for the black eye.
Nah, get yourself out of that situation. I look at it where they should just slowly but surely find a way to say to themselves like, yo, this is not love, or this is not what I deem as love.
Right.
And all the above. Now, if they that kind of rock'em sock'em kind of couple where they just fuck each other up and get some passionate sex and everything like that, I mean, carpe diem.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
At that point,
I mean, let it run. But other than that, if it's not no, there's domestic violence lines and police lines, and you can get help. There's ways to get help. And as much as I'm love-hate relationship with this cell phone device, you can find the help you're looking for.
Oh yeah.
On this. So yeah, that's how I feel about that.
You're also gonna take evidence pictures too.
Actually, there's no lie to that statement.
Am I lying? You can use it to take evidence pictures too.
There's no lie to that statement, man. Yeah, let's get to some shits, man.
Sorry, let's get in.
All right,
Oh, before we get in,
talk.
Right? The whole taking evidence pictures. I'm gonna give you the next evolution in Big Brother. So I'm not sure if you've heard of this yet, right? But let's say there's a picture of me and you, right? Mm-hmm. Downtown Toronto. There's software now that will take that picture, scan that picture, right?
And run it through the surveillance systems?
Run it through the world's surveillance systems to find camera footage
on the last
that matches up. And they can pinpoint and tell you where you were when you took that picture.
Okay, I heard about that. This is Minority Report shit. So let me ask you this now. With that technology,
Yeah.
does everywhere have to be linked or synchronized and stuff with it? So let's say for example, so
No.
if I have my personal security camera
Right.
watching outside the house,
Yes.
and let's say the last time, let's say you and I were downtown,
Right.
but another time you at the end of the night, I made it, no, beginning of the night, you came to my house and then we drove downtown. I
Right.
drove and we went downtown.
Right.
So my surveillance camera footage is gonna sync up with the CCTVs and stuff with downtown. Oh, that's fucked up.
Anywhere there's a CCTV camera that can be accessed, the software does it, right? So this prior to me hearing this new evolution of the software, this face recognition software that they had from time was developed for government agencies, right? And for security agencies and stuff like that. So it was already there. And that one particular software was already in the background accessing open cameras worldwide.
You see, the thing is, of like, I always looked at where when the Ring cameras came into play
Yes.
for the house, I always looked at them like, okay, now these Ring cameras and stuff are in, and I seen the app.
Right.
That footage and stuff now is no longer like just for your personal use because it's now synced to an app. So meaning set people and stuff from Ring have access to the footage.
Well, Ring has to store it, right? Where's that footage stored?
This is
Because it's not stored on your phone, and I'll tell you why it's not stored on your phone. Because whatever I pick up on my Ring camera here, I can come to my computer and watch it. So it's got to be stored on a cloud.
and you can actually hit save if you want to save that particular thing.
Yeah.
And if not, it was just there like in the cloud and stuff until you hit save.
I don't need to hit save. It stays. I got to go and delete them.
Oh.
So if I log into my alarm.com right now,
Yeah.
it'll show you camera footage for the last 3 months. Or even more. Probably from the last time that I deleted it.
Yee.
So, and that's what I'm saying. And all this stuff is always accessible through that particular program. So like I said, the program is it's scanning everywhere to say, okay, those street lights, that building, that. So it gets the location.
Yeah.
And then once it gets the location, it's like, okay, well, this is the image of Marv. This is the image of Andrew. Let's scan through the location footage till we get to that day where they were at that spot taking that picture. Shit is crazy.
Sucks.
Shit is crazy.
I'm not fucking with it. I'm not for it.
Bro, you can't even say. Yeah, I mean, my boys went golfing. That's not what the footage says. It's like,
But who can access this? Everybody? Or it's just like, I guess, the authorities?
For now, it's just like authority, big brother type of thing, right? Because that's what the software is originally designed for.
I was about to say, could you imagine, like, yo, where were you? I was out with my boys. No, you at your side chick house. I accessed the footage from the Ring cam here, how you got dressed or hop into the car to like, blah, blah, blah,
That's
blah.
what I'm saying, though. We're saying it's for authorities right now, right?
For now.
But even as it is for authorities now, right? If your woman wanted to really know, she just got to find somebody who can access the black web or the dark web.
Yeah, that's even another scary.
Because there's somebody on the dark web who can hack it and get you that information.
Absolutely. That's not nice. It's not nice.
So it's like,
I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan.
That's some Snowden shit.
Yeah.
Snowden. Let's talk Snowden.
All right.
Snowden now. He was offered citizenship
Yeah.
to Russia.
To Russia. And he's been in there. He's been there for a while now, right?
He was all over.
He was all over, but he landed in Russia, and then he was there for a while trying to get, but they weren't giving it to him.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think is the change of heart right now?
All the shit going on with
All the
America.
shit. Yeah.
Because I want to say with this Russia-Ukraine thing and stuff like that, it's kind of like, if I'm Russia, I'm looking for the most allies possible to hold on to that can give me a leverage to something.
Right.
Right? Because I want to say, when they put those sanctions on Russia and everything, I want to say, you're losing, people that might have your back. People or companies that might have your back.
Yeah.
And with these sanctions and all the type of stuff they put up against Russia and everything, Russia's looking like the bad guy.
Right.
So what keeps the bad guy from dying or going under? The amount of allies that they might have.
Right.
Right? Because I want to say, again, if everybody did a little, not one person has to do a lot.
Right.
Snowden knows a lot. Snowden worked for NSA. Right? I think Snowden's more useful.
And sorry, don't mean to cut you, but that's what I'm wondering. Like, I'm wondering, because he was around, he did stay at different places. When he got to Russia, I'm always of the mind of, I got something you want. What are you going to give me for it?
It's a chess move, man.
Chess move, right? So if he's at Russia and he's like, okay, listen, I got some shit that you probably want to know, but this is what I need. And until I get what I need, you're not going to know. So now we're in a situation now, shit might be needed to know. So you're going to call back up Snowden and be like, hey, I'm ready to make that deal. You want your citizenship?
I'm for it.
I'm for it.
I'm for it. Because if you've been bouncing around and stuff from the longest and everything like that, this is the perfect time.
Your own country tell you they're going to prosecute you if you come back. The people in that country who you spilled the beans for to try and help, they ain't even saying, nah, let this man come back. I'm saying, fuck it. I'm saying, y'all ain't trying to have me come back. I've saved you. I exposed everything for y'all. Y'all should be telling the government, let that man come home, and he ain't got nothing to do with any type of charges.
Oh. Him or Brittany Griner?
Yeah, I don't know. Brittany might have to stop smoking some weed first. She might have to.
I take Snowden back over Brittany.
I take Snowden back. And here's why I take Snowden back. Snowden got more information.
Right.
Snowden's more of a liability.
Exactly. So that's I'm like, okay, all this Trump shit.
Yeah.
Why not just offer Trump citizenship too? If Trump don't get this dub, because they're trying to. That's what I said. You guys got to understand the love I have for Trump. Trump is so.
Trump knows how to play the game.
No, it's not even that. I've never seen the confidence onto somebody and stuff that's supposed to allegedly drown. And I gave up hope. I stopped talking bad about Trump for a while because I look at it stuff as like they're gonna impeach this guy when he was in office. I'm like, they're gonna impeach this guy. I didn't even think he was gonna make it through the first 100 days of being president and stuff like that. Yeah. Then shit after shit after shit kept coming out.
He's the real Teflon Don. He's the real Teflon Don. He's the real Teflon Don.
I told you. When I called the man Teflon Don, I meant it for that. Nothing sticks.
Nothing does stick.
Nothing sticks. Even with this and the whole top secret shit in the home and the I look at it like this. I was like, yo, if you give me documents and you said it's top secret and it's, I don't know where else am I supposed to put it. But they said there's photos of this shit, just top secret documents all on the thing. I'm like, but everything they do is top secret to us, to the common man.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if the paper actually says like top secret on it, you're gonna leave it right there? Nah, fake news.
Yeah.
Fake news. I think it's better in Russia's interest and stuff because remember with the whole colluding thing, scoop Trump. If Trump has nowhere else to go, scoop Trump. He was former president. He's seen some shit that probably Snowden has yet to even think about or imagine.
He's definitely in on the know-how on some stuff. That's up front. Yeah, for sure.
You might as well offer Trump citizenship too then.
But it'd be interesting.
Don't offer 6'9". Let his ass stay there.
It'd be interesting though to see how much holdings does Trump have in the US because that's going to be the determination, right? Because like for Trump to make his move, he's got to be assured that his assets can't be frozen. Because then that's the first thing they're going to do.
Of course.
They're going to freeze that shit.
Of course.
Right? So that's probably what he's looking at is like.
But for me, I feel that ever since I started learning about the super rich.
Right.
I learned about the super rich and everything, how they have these
Offshores?
channels. Well, not even the offshore. I want to say they came in, like the Cayman Islands and all that type of stuff is well known, but it's kind of like certain countries. Let's say, I think the UK has a thing where they can get a massive tax break on some things.
Well, I heard the US is number 2 in tax haven.
Right.
Yeah.
So now, picture if you're built in America like Trump is,
Right.
and this tax break place is in the UK. Your main concern and stuff is that if you can move your money from the UK to Russia, if you go to Russia.
Right.
You don't have to worry about, and if you have to just make sure like your US funds can go to your UK funds and then a little in between. I don't think there's nothing to sweat about other than that. You just got to make sure shit hopscotches and stuff to like a level until you're ready for it.
Yeah.
To ready to access it before they shut shit down. I know a dude and stuff, he got caught with some fraud charges and everything like that, some scammer.
Yeah.
And the dude knew, he's like, all right, the hammer's going to come down. But they try to get me with money embezzlement and everything like that. And I think the guy said, he's like, yeah, they only caught me with 30 grand cash. He's like, and they said they know that I've moved like over like 2 million Canadian over there to Africa. So I was like, what are you going to do? He's like, when I get my passport game and stuff, whatever, I'm gone.
That's it.
I was like, pardon?
That's it.
And say done. Like the man's sister and stuff, whatever. Like I think they locked up the sister because they're looking like, yo, you were his bail.
Right.
He was a surety.
Yeah.
He left the country. You know, the man cut the anklet off. He like snippet. Went to airport, new ID, new everything. Shoom, to the money.
Yeah.
You're not coming back.
Nah,
You're frauding the Canadian government for like $2
million.
mil.
I think I seen a short clip with Andrew Tate saying that he's got at least 3 different passports and at least 3 different countries that he banks in.
I can agree that. Well, because
and he was
Andrew
like,
Tate's his father is American.
right.
I think his father passed. I think his father was American. I think his mom was from the UK. And I think they lived in Romania.
Okay.
So that's the 3 countries right there.
Okay. Yeah. So and he's pretty much saying, you try to shut me down in US, I use my British passport. Fly and go to British. I got shit there. You try to shut me down in Britain, I use this passport and I go there.
Yeah.
I got money over there.
People living like czars out here, Smooth.
I tell you.
We're slacking on some shit.
We slacking. Hey.
It's time for me to open up my OnlyFans like Rachel. Okay, here's my... All right, let's talk about this.
Please, try to make it as black as white as possible.
Oh, you're fucked. The double entendre was so nice. It was so nice. I gotta give credit when credit's due.
We do it.
Okay, here's my thing. Rachael Dolezal, she has her OnlyFans now, right?
Right.
And I laughed when I found out Rachael Dolezal because the funny thing too. All right, me and Ben, salute to Ben and stuff with her. Ben and I think one day way back when, what's this porn star? Jada Stevens.
Okay.
So Jada Stevens and stuff, whatever. I think her thing, I don't know. I think her thing back then was called Two Cheeks because like she would always be twerking and everything like that, right?
Right.
So he sent me like one of her twerking videos or some shit like that, right? And me, because she's blue check certified, we're not blue check certified people and everything like that. And you know, I always see, like, hell, I always know for a fact that there's dudes out here shooting their shot to these blue check people and they don't even respond because we don't even know if they even activate or use their own account.
Right, yeah.
Right? So he makes a comment and stuff, and this is when the Rachael Dolezal thing was at the hype and everything like that, right? So she's doing a little twerk and everything. He at me at that, whatever. 'Cause I think this is before the DM. You could send it directly to the DM.
Right.
And I was like, it's cool and all, but, you know, she ain't no Rachael Dolezal. Right? I said that. Yeah. Yo, she can't at me. Wow. And she's like, first of all, ain't nobody trying to be that bootleg bitch. I was like, well, damn. Thank you for coming on your celebrity cloud to come deal with me. But I'm looking the joke wasn't for you, boo. Like, it was just on your page. Right. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you know, you could have just deleted or just ignored it and everything
or
like
chuckle.
that. Or chuckle. Right.
Or chuckle.
And I was looking, I was like, damn, Rachel got that kind of slack like that with her. But then at that time, it was just more her face that was more concerned because I think like, you know, when her parents outed her parents saying like, you know, we're white, no black trace of black and everything like that. And then you see all these type of things and stuff. And I'm like, I'm just seeing face.
Yeah, yeah.
And after she got kicked out, I think I seen a follow-up thing where she was doing hair. She was doing black hair.
Oh, okay. See, because I'll be quite honest with you. I know no history after the whole NCAA thing.
So when she was released from the NAACP, she was doing hair.
I just call it college basketball and NCAA?
NCAA. I won't tell if they won't tell. So I seen her and I was like, all right, you do your thing. But I guess money wasn't right.
Right.
Right? Because I mean, shit, I'm looking out here, I'm like, maybe I should get my feet done and start selling some foot pics and stuff like out here too. Because OnlyFans, Bad Baby changed my mind.
Bad Baby,
that Catch Me Outside girl?
Yeah.
She changed my mind about this OnlyFans thing. What I always heard some things, but I'm looking like, you didn't go nude and you made, after taxes, $40 million from just your OnlyFans. And she's supposed to be a rapper. There's some rappers that don't even see $2 million. But you saw $40 million from just your OnlyFans.
Nah.
So I was like, it had me thinking about some things. So for Rachael Dolezal to jump in that arena, I don't blame her. But it's just that I don't think nudes... Do nudes amuse you anymore? Like, I want to say, like... All right, think about all the people you might know. Whose nudes would be newsworthy or nudesworthy?
Newsworthy? I can't think of...
The only person that came to mind and stuff was Kamala Harris. Yeah. Like, if I heard Kamala Harris and stuff has some nudes and stuff, I might... There's so many celebrity news that went out there fucking from the Kim Kardashians to like all of them and stuff. Yeah. We saw Rihanna.
It would have to be like somebody who's super conservative to kind of like throw me off and say, okay, like... that person is, cause you know what I mean.
I was thinking a powerful person. That's why I said Kamala.
Right.
Kamala, like somebody who's like a figurehead somewhere.
Yeah,
a figurehead. I'll look like even when the Finnish prime minister,
right,
with her shit and stuff like that, whatever, and like she's having a wild club night. I was like, did she get naked? Like I was just asking. I'm asking for a friend.
How wild did it get?
Like how wild did it get? They're like, she was just acting out of character. I was like, out of here. That wasn't shit to really break news for.
Exactly.
But I'm like, Rachael Dolezal, or even certain people and stuff, it's not even, I don't think it's worth the attention.
Nah. And I'm like, and I can see within the first maybe 3 to 6 months, her making bank, but that's probably just going to be based upon who she is, right? And the fact that people want to see what is she gonna do on the OnlyFans. But
I think if you're trending, you should do it.
If you're trending, you should do it, right? But understand, if you're going there with some basic shit, it's like I said, it's a 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months, obviously.
Because people are they're curious. But once they get there, they're like, well, I can't pay money for that when I can pay money for this.
I think, okay, hear me out. I look at it where there's some dark places on the net, besides the straight dark web, but I look at it as some things that will always leak.
Always.
So it's kind of like, okay, you're an OnlyFans person and everything, and you have your subscription wall that people can't go past and everything. There's going to be somebody on that side, or probably crack that side, and bring it back to our side. So like 6 months, I feel like that's your max.
I don't know of a celebrity who has an OnlyFans whose picture photos have not been leaked. I don't know of one celebrity.
Say less. See, that's what I was saying. See,
I'm like, the people, be thankful, because the people who are supporting you genuinely want to support you. They can find this shit for free.
Yeah.
They can find this shit for free.
This is true.
So be thankful, because those who are supporting you, they genuinely want to support you.
Because I always look at it like, yo, fam, you have Pornhub, you have X videos, you have those places and stuff like that to see naked women to fit to the caliber and all that type of stuff. And especially with those heavy hitter sites, you can fine tune your search to fit a description.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And I'm assuming you're there for the get off purpose and stuff like that. So if you get off to a lookalike or a somewhat whatever, then okay, cool. But even if there's still, like, you know, when there was that massive iCloud hack, and I think, like, you know, the Jennifer Lawrence's, all the type of people and stuff, their photos in the news and stuff was leaked. Those people done made like compilation like videos and stuff of like, I seen it one day. I can't remember where, but I remember it must have been on the hub where Penny from Big Bang.
Okay, yeah.
She was on there and stuff, and like, say you go on the main page, I'm looking like, you see her just standing up naked. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, for real? She went, I'm like, oh shit. Click the video. I'm thinking like it's gonna be a full video thing. It's just like
just random.
One still.
Yeah, with random shots.
2 still. 3 still. So I was looking like, this is not for me. I'm gonna hit back. I don't, like I said, Rachael Dolezal to anybody and everything. I just want to know, like, Kamala, just affluential power figureheads. Them. That might be newsworthy and stuff, whatever, but oh so long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh so
long.
It's because it's not like we're not used to that particular arena doing foul shit. Niggas be sending dick pics in that arena. I mean, it's like, we know they get wild.
Anthony Weiner?
Wiener man.
Weiner sent his wiener? Yeah, I don't know.
Ain't that some shit? Dick, because of Richard, Weiner didn't have to do anything. His name was already cemented in that location.
No, I think you're living up to your fucking name.
Yeah. Your name was already cemented in that location.
If you knew a girl, her name was Mercedes, and she drove like a friggin' a Chevy Volt. She's not living up to her namesake.
No, she's not.
Your name is Weiner.
Yeah.
You're living up to your namesake. Yeah. Whatever, right? What does your last name mean?
Oh shit!
You still don't know?
No, Cheryl told me like 2 days ago too.
How the fuck? My last name means warrior.
Mine means someone who accumulates money. I forgot the exact word it was.
Okay. All right now.
So something to do with prosperity. That's what the name.
Are you living up to your namesake? I feel like you're living up to your namesake.
Yeah.
Win.
Go ahead, warrior.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Win. You know, I stay fighting out here, whatever.
Yeah, go ahead,
I'm
warrior.
getting these threats and these hate messages and everything. I've been fighting all my life. No, that's it. Who else we got? Rihanna. Let's talk Rihanna shit. So last week I spoke about the Rihanna and the football thing. I don't know what the fuck that meant. It was no caption, no nothing. Just seen the football and stuff like that. So now officially Rihanna, we found out later that day, Rihanna's now doing the Super Bowl.
Right.
What do you think has changed in her mind for her to do the Super Bowl? Because in 2019 in Vogue, she said she's not about that life because she wants to aid and support towards Colin Kaepernick's situation.
Right.
Now, when that situation took place, my thing, I always ask the stuff too, is that I thought a good portion of black people got off the NFL bandwagon.
Right.
And I'm not saying no shade to Riri, but as I'm saying, like, you know, that was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So the way how you feel now and 3 years ago are two different types of things and stuff. Now a lot of changes came in since, you know, Jay took over, doing his 1s and 2s and everything like that. But what do you think changed your mind? Like, is it for like the love of Jay-Z?
I think
because they don't make no money.
I think Jay is probably one of the biggest influences in that move. And then the fact that Colin Kaepernick is no longer in that fighting position with the NFL.
I think Colin Kaepernick. Okay, so Warren Sapp, right? Warren Sapp, I think he said that Colin Kaepernick had a Raiders trial thing.
Right.
And Colin Kaepernick went to the last one. And he was talking reckless. He was saying like he's washed. Colin Kaepernick to me wasn't the kind of. Okay, you don't watch football like that, so I'll tell you. Like for me watching football, you have somebody like they have a guy named Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Lamar Jackson came in the league and stuff, whatever, and he just did phenomenal shit rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then they're looking like, oh, well, he can run, he can throw, he can do this, he can do that. I think if I'm a defense coordinator for another team, it'll take me probably like a year or two to master how this player plays.
Right.
So I think once it gets to that point and everything like that, you just gotta hold your corners up and be like, that's it.
Yeah.
The capability.
Yeah.
Tons of quarterbacks have come out to the league and stuff like that, and they come out like the only reason why Tom Brady has been to that point where he is, quarterback protection.
I was about to say the line.
The pocket protection is what makes Tom Brady and stuff, gives him the longevity, the greatness, the
he
time.
had a sick offense. He's always had a sick offense.
Exactly, and that's why they make sure they mirrored that in Tampa Bay and stuff for him to do the same thing what he did there in New England.
Right, yeah.
There was nothing spectacular, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm a fighter. Feel free to come at me and stuff and everything.
Right.
About Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah. Well, the years that were his most successful.
Well, when he went to the Super Bowl.
Okay, so that year, right?
Hmm?
Can we make the same argument for the offensive line? Like he, because
he ran. No.
He did.
He was a runner.
He was a runner. Yes.
He was a runner. He was agile.
Right.
Like I said, he was talented.
Yeah.
I'll never take that away from him.
Right.
He was talented, but is he great amongst other QBs? Fuck no. No. But I'm saying like, and this new league, like the way how like the Joe Montana eras and the Dan Marinos, where you just like hike, look, throw.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I don't say gone.
Right.
But I want to say people are hip to that. And like I said, if you're a defense coordinator and you realize that this is how they want to play, you just got to adjust to that team.
Yeah.
Watch the tapes.
Yeah.
Learn that and then set your strategies up against them and stuff for that. Then that's how you tackle it and beat them. Right. Okay. They bested you because every time you ran in, when they were looking around, you now know you have to switch to mid protection. So now they don't have anywhere to throw and then it's just throwing like interceptions.
Right.
It's not hard. So that's what I'm saying. Like Colin Kaepernick wasn't a phenomenal player.
Right.
He's
just a good athlete.
His cause was just.
Right.
His cause was just. As a black man, I can say his cause and stuff was just. But when I heard people like fully boycotting the NFL,
right,
I was like, I was programmed for this for decades to watch football on the Sundays. I was like, I think
it was easy for me because
I didn't watch
football at all.
For you.
Yeah. I was already on the train.
I was cooning. They were looking at me like, yo, that boy Marv out here cooning. And then I hear people like, oh, I'm not watching Super Bowl and stuff like that. I was like, NBA's not going on that night. What's going on that night but the Super Bowl?
Listen, it's not going on like that. And let's be honest. The NBA may be slightly better as far as racism is concerned. But there's still racist practice in the NBA too.
Have you heard about Donald Sterling? Yo.
You understand? You're gonna ban football. Look, why not say you're not gonna watch soccer then?
Oh,
why not say you're not gonna watch soccer? Littered with racism.
Low key, that's my reason. Part of my reason not to watch soccer. When everybody try to hype me up and stuff, yo, you gotta watch. I'm like, but if this is a dominant black player, they throw bananas on the field. They're like, they don't do that anymore. I'm like, but they were doing it for a while,
a good while,
for a massive.
And they may not be doing it now, but they've replaced it with something more subtle that it's just not being picked up.
I think in Germany and stuff, I think 1 year before, like the world, like one of those previous World Cups, like in Germany, if there's like a black player like dominant and everything, they would do monkey sounds. They would do that.
Yeah.
Whenever he would have the ball.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is a why. I'm like, nah, I can't fuck with this shit. You guys really, really don't like me. Colin Kaepernick, he took his cause and brought it to the league.
Yes.
So it's not like it was like NFL was being racist.
Right.
But he just brought his cause to the league and now people are now more aware of the cause.
Right.
And like I said, his cause was just. And I'll stand by that and stuff with her. But I was saying like, okay, the fact that that's done and he's still trying to do tryouts to come back into the league, He wants to be back in the league. So that means everybody should want to watch again, no?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think with the whole Rihanna thing, I think that's part of the reasons why. And who knows? Maybe she might have even had a conversation with Colin, and he might have been like, "Listen, man, I'm trying to get back in there.
I'm trying to get to the back.
So do you?
He's too far gone. It's too far gone.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think of an athlete past. Wait, Ali was banned for 3 years, right?
3 years.
3 years when he changed his name from Cassius to Ali. And I think Mike Tyson did 3 in the prison for the rape thing?
I think so.
Colin, it's been at least over 5 years for Colin Kaepernick. It's been in the league.
Yeah.
Most NFL players, they only have a 5-year average and stuff like that. I want to say Tom Brady is super borrowed time.
Again, offensive line.
All right. That's what I'm saying. I'm just giving you what I know of the sport, of what I know of the sport I watch.
Offensive line, man, because quarterbacks don't the amount of hits that quarterbacks take, they don't last that long.
Exactly. And then much as they're throwing out there on the arms, you know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. Most NFL players, they have a 5 to maybe a 7-year max. He's been gone for about probably 5 to 7 years. I probably have to look it up and see when last time he was in the league.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. For him to be gone that long and still trying to come back, you're not going to be that same kind of athlete. Much as, I don't say that even the game has changed and stuff, but there's faster players. Mm-hmm. I think of Lamar Jackson and stuff, whatever. He moved faster than the Colin Kaepernick I remember.
Right.
I didn't see these tryout things and stuff like that, but I was looking send a drone over. I want to see what he's doing. Send a drone. I want to see what he looks like now.
Yeah.
Because the last one, when it was a major hyped up one, and he had the tryouts and other teams were looking at him, that shit was in a closed dome place or whatever. I'm like, is he good? Is he not? Is he washed? Is he still got it? I want to know.
I want to know.
Rihanna has the stardom. I told you, I take Rihanna over Beyonce and stuff, whatever, in my world.
Right.
Because Rihanna has that kind of pop type of feel, orchestra kind of feel, with the Star Trek shit. Uh-huh. She did tracks with Paul McCartney and the Yay, you know what I'm saying? The Calvin Harris, the This Is What You Came For, the Found Love in the Home. All that shit is Super Bowl kind of fandom music shit.
Here's another angle then. Do you think you think this is setting up her re-entry back into the music world?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. After the mommy shit, the Fenty boom and all that type of stuff. Yeah. So Rihanna got an album coming.
So this is what it is.
Rihanna has an album coming in 2023. We said it here first.
This is what it is.
We said it here first. It is. If Rihanna
coming.
If Rihanna have an album in 2023, I'll write it down on paper and eat it on camera.
The album's coming.
I'll write it, fold it up, and I'll swallow it, eat it on camera.
Don't be surprised if you hear something new during that Super Bowl performance.
That's what you came for.
Because if I'm doing a gig that I'm not getting paid for,
right?
There's something has to be in the back end of it for me.
It's the setups because your stream, I feel like your streams are just going to go up regardless. Regardless. Even when the weekend and stuff and everything, right?
Right.
Your streams are just going to go up regardless. But you got to have something and stuff to chase with that.
Right.
Because what are you going to do with strike when the iron is hot? We were just talking about some stuff like this, right? Mm-hmm. Strike when the iron is hot. So, yeah, let be that.
And Super Bowl is like you say, it's the perfect arena for her.
Perfect place. I think whoever was it, Pepsi halftime shows. I think Pepsi might pay them for a party.
Yeah.
But that ain't the performance aspect and stuff, right? So
I can definitely see that angle now because she's Rock Nation. It would make perfect sense.
Okay, so let me ask you this: the change that, like I said, 3 years is good enough time to kind of change your mind on some things and stuff, right?
Right.
Does anybody really kind of keep it consistent anymore? Do you feel the reason? Okay, hear me. The reason why I say that is because I look at it where people doing things in the past, and then when it comes to the present time and stuff and everything, I want to say, I feel like when it comes to women, a lot of times we be like, "A woman's allowed to change her mind." They'll champion that. Right. Even, okay, let's say Kevin Hart made that the joke about his son being gay and everything like that, right?
Right.
And years later, he's telling you yo, he's not homophobic and stuff. But but you had this joke. But I'm like, yeah, but that was years in between.
Yeah.
Is he not allowed to change his mind?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Are we all?
You're gonna hold us to a standard that was a long time ago, like, and not expect us to elevate or be open to something new and learn new things. Like, and that's something that I never got until you started telling me that you're stopping speaking in absolutes. And I said, yes, 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 because you can change your mind, Marv. You're allowed to. You're allowed to. You're allowed to grow. You're allowed to have different thoughts, and you're allowed to expand your horizon. So nothing wrong.
Can we all say we're all full of shit?
I think so. Yeah.
So I think I should just start greeting people and stuff like that. Hi, my name is Marv, and I'm full of shit. Just to let you know. So some shit I said way back when.
Alphabet.
Cam, TT. Some shit I said way back when.
Don't hold me.
Don't hold me. We're all full of shit. We're all hypocrites in this motherfucker.
Shout out to the Guest Deep Podcast.
Because this is always gonna change. Like, all right, the Rihanna thing. Like I said, I didn't understand the photo.
Right.
I understand the photo. I don't follow Rihanna, but like people repost because other people I follow celebs. Yeah. So I was like, pardon? I was like, what? I was like, but she said a woman's allowed to change her mind. I was like, oh, here we go. I wasn't ready to fight that day. I wasn't ready to fight.
You just gotta let that one.
I save my smoke for my show. That's it.
You just gotta let that one.
I save my smoke for the show. So, okay. I guess, let me ask you this. If your house is dirty, do you tell somebody to clean their house?
If my house is dirty?
Yeah.
I'd be too embarrassed to tell anybody to clean their own house.
But you kind of notice the stuff that a lot of times with people with these fucked up kind of worlds is always trying to come out here with these PSAs and stuff to advocate.
All the time.
Why?
I don't get that. I don't get that because the furthest thing that I want to be is a hypocrite. The furthest thing that I want to be is known as a hypocrite. Like, I'm not going to tell you, you know what I mean, to clean up your own backyard if my backyard is dirty. Mm-hmm. Then when you go ahead and clean up your backyard and my backyard is still dirty, what position that leaves me in?
So
I got to shut the fuck up at that point. I have no right to tell anybody anything.
So, okay, let's say your relationship or your marriage is booming.
Right.
Your marriage is booming. It's popping. But some wild shit. Your kids are unruly.
Right.
Your kids are unruly and shit like that, whatever, right? And now you're giving another couple, like, I guess, marriage advice.
Right.
But they know your kids are wilding.
Right.
Out here and everything like that. Do you think they'll take in your information and stuff like as worthy information? Or do you feel like they might just...
It depends on how they deem... I think it's going to fall on how they deem our relationship, right? Because at the end of the day, you have to be at the mindset that kids are going to be kids.
See, and I'm looking at this stuff on the level that like they just care about what you like. Yeah. Like it's the messenger.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people just don't like the messenger.
Yes. That's
so
true.
And my thing and stuff is that
it's funny. I had an argument just not too long ago, like 2 weeks ago, on a post, and someone was posting about somebody else, and I said, "I'm not going to shoot the messenger if the message is relevant."
Yeah,
it's like I'm not doing me any good.
Yo, I always feel bad for the messenger because it's kind of like, yo, at least they're bringing the message.
Yeah. Yes.
At least they're bringing the message.
Yes.
Like there's so many things could be like obscured because I'm going to say, if nothing's said,
right? You
and I could be beefing and stuff like, but if no one picks up the phone or no one's the medium between us and everything like that, we could be having a beef until like we run into each other like for like, let's say 10 years down the line.
Yeah.
And then we see each other and stuff, you're like, it's that piece of shit. Like, yo, you think you better than everything? You're like, no, I never said that. Because that was the reason why like 10 years ago, be like, no, 10 years ago and stuff, I lost my phone that day and like I didn't have your number.
We were just beefing for nothing. For nothing.
But that's what I'm saying. And so now you send a messenger to in between all of that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And then they get upset at the messenger. Be like, yo, be grateful that there's someone to at least help guide you
Right.
through something because, okay, you can't be great at everything.
No.
You cannot be great at everything.
No.
So I want to say, okay, let's say at that time, I might be garbage at, I want to say my marriage.
Right.
But my kids and stuff, I got them in check like a pair of Nikes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like, yo, unruly ass kids, fuck out of here. I'm not even gonna look your damn way and stuff like that. Let me go Google some marriage counseling advice and everything and stuff. And it could have been a simple fix.
It's simple fix.
Where you more likely, you probably know more compared to some online shit that I'm
Right,
looking at,
right.
or a random counselor that doesn't know nothing about my significant other and mine's like history.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think we just don't like it. It has to be liked. You have to be liked.
You have to be liked.
The liked aspect is the main important thing.
Yeah.
And I think because we like Rihanna, even in going back to Rihanna's thing, we like Rihanna, so that's why we'll brush this shit off.
Right.
Like, okay, what's the rapper? I was just thinking about him the other day. Isaiah Rashad.
Okay. Yeah.
Isaiah Rashad, they said he had a gay sex tape and stuff like he's getting bust down by 2 dudes or some shit like that and everything. And I feel like that probably kind of hindered part of his career stuff going forward and stuff from there.
Right.
Right? I've never seen the tape. I'm not into two men going at it.
Yeah.
I have no, but I was like, okay, damn. We got footage of Weezy kissing Baby. Footage. You can Google Lil Wayne kissing Baby. But then no one will refute that Lil Wayne ain't one of the top greatest rappers.
No.
No one will question some shit no more. We're like, man, Weezy, hell yeah, I heard that dude Weezy and everything.
Nobody didn't even mention the fact that he kissed Baby. They're going to leave it out of the
But
conversation.
they will go into a rap line and stuff and quote some homophobic stuff or anti-gay for the longest and everything. Like, man, that dude is questionable, man. 6'9", he got rainbow hair, man. That boy gay. You see him with a man kissing a man? Like, no. We see Lil Wayne kiss a man. What that mean to you?
What does that mean?
That's different, though. It's all about the like.
It's the like.
It's all about the like. So that's what I think about the dirty house thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess if you deem the person worthy, you like the person.
Yeah.
I guess that's where shit can just go and...
I mean, what if you like the person, but that person has no clue? You're still gonna ask? You probably still ask, hoping that they might have a clue because you like.
Not me.
Not you.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
and collective?
the person who is like only asking questions to people who they like.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Like, what if it's somebody that you really like? You really admire this person.
Yeah,
you really admire this person.
You like
right?
him, you admire him.
And you live on their word.
Yeah.
But you know this person don't have no clue about
your world.
Rocket science.
Yeah.
But you feel comfortable in asking that person about rocket science because you like that person.
I think that the wild part about that for me is, again, I'm programmed. Like I program myself and stuff for certain tasks. I'm robotic and stuff like this, whatever, right?
Right.
I think this is part of the planner in me. I'm not saying I don't knock a chef. Like, all right, you could be a chef extraordinaire. I'll go to you for to learn how to cook some shit.
Right.
Or if I know you're a person that loves to cook their ass off, I'll come to you.
Right.
But if you only you boil an egg once a week, I'm not gonna come to you for this shit. Like even going back to the rocket science thing and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
If I even see you make a paper plane, why the fuck would I come to you for it? For the information?
Right.
Just because I like you? No. I need this shit to make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like toilet paper. I use toilet paper for my ass. I can use other things to wipe my ass. I use clothes, fabric. I can use a whole bunch of leaves. But I'm gonna use toilet paper.
Right.
So I think that's where it is for me. I like to use the right thing for the right task.
Right. Right.
Right. And if I do like you and I realize I think for me now, some people might not be at this point in their life where they can say all right, this is good for the goose and this might be good for the gander.
Yeah.
And be okay, this is good for me. I feel like your inspiration or your, if I'm looking at your relationship and my relationship is kind of rocky, I'm yo, you ever had tough times in your relationship? And you're yeah. I'm okay, and then, we discuss some things. I'm like, how did you overcome? How did you persevere?
Yeah.
And now you tell me, yeah, I come to you because I like you, I admire you,
Right.
and I feel like you have that in the bag. But if you're solo dolo, you're slanging dick left, right, and center, why would I come to you for relationship information?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't equate.
And that's what I'm saying. And this is where the light going unchecked like that can get you in trouble, because people are going into business with people because they like each other.
Right. That's why I say you don't go business with friends.
Right? Because, and people put like, again, we'll use rap as an example.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these rappers make their best friends from high school their managers.
Mm-hmm.
And they know nothing about management. So you're going to have to really hope that they have the capacity to learn on the job and get to where you need them to be.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Mm. You're absolutely right. And I was thinking about Shy Money from like G Unit. I was thinking about him the other day because I'm like, when let's say 50 and G Unit was just kind of like, marking their territory and stuff into the rap game.
Right.
You heard Shy Money's name come up a lot.
Right.
And then nothing. And then I think it was in conversation one day when they were talking about I think Shaka Zulu from DTP.
Right.
From
Luda's manager.
From Luda's dude. I think he has the charge and
Yeah,
stuff.
he has the charge.
Yeah, he has the charge now, whatever, right? So I'm like, Shaka Zulu. I'm like, the African? Like from way back when? He died way before charges even came out. Yeah, from the Zulu Nation? Yeah. And then like, no, from Luda. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, that's right. I've never seen his face. So I had to Google his face.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, and I thought about Shy Money. I never seen Shy Money's face. But I was like, these guys were just friends. I was gonna say brethrens.
Yeah.
These guys are just friends and stuff and everything like that. And they just, I hope they learn on the job.
On the job, right.
To get to these points to kind of put themselves and their peoples in proper position and power moves.
Yeah.
So, I can only go so far.
It's only gonna take you so far.
So far. All right. Let's get to the question of the week.
Actually,
What's up?
I got a Soul Sisters Sons that actually goes with that. So go through the questions of the week, and once I remember, can I do the Soul Sisters Sons?
Of course you can.
Perfect.
Of course you can.
All right,
baby.
so go ahead to the questions of the week.
Let's get to the question of the week. Don't let my question of the week fuck up your train of thought.
No, go ahead.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you ready? Me.
Me.
I'm going to paint the situation for you. You're married for 5 years.
Right.
And you find out that your spouse is your sibling. Are you staying or are you going?
I'm going.
You're going?
I'm going.
Let me hear this. Why?
I'm going.
Y'all got kids together too.
I'm a shower for one day completely. the disgust post shower in the shower.
The crying game? See, I'm showing my age. You're crying. The crying game cry. You're in the shower.
I'm dirty. I don't know if I could. Yeah, I don't know if I could stay, Mark. No.
5 years.
Yeah, it's a long time.
5 years is some time.
It is some time to invest.
And I had a baby together.
Yeah.
I mean,
5 years is some time, but that thought is going to last a lifetime, though, of knowing. See, those 5 years were bliss because you didn't know.
You didn't know.
You didn't know.
You didn't know. You did not know. But now you know.
Now you know.
So you know better, you should do better.
Do better.
Now, okay.
Tell your kids to hush. Don't let
I wouldn't even tell them.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I think if me and the wife found out, I'd be like, so you're going to put bad papers out there on yourself?
So it's like, I wonder why Marlon head kind of look weird. Marlon head look weird. Tracy head look fucked up.
The hills have eyes. The hills have eyes. Yo, Because I'm like, yo, you put in 5 years. You put in 5. See, I look at it stuff as like, all right, you're divorced. You're gonna divorce now because you're married. Like I said, you're married for 5 years.
Right.
I'm assuming you probably had like relations before the marriage. So let's say you probably rocking together for like, let's say minimum 2 years before you got married. So let's say 7 years now. 7 years y'all been together. I was like, at this current age where you are, I can start over a lot sooner and better. And probably catch something like, I can still probably catch a vibrant thing.
I'm just going to be the man in the mountain.
Yeah.
No one can know. The man in the mountain. He says, where did Andrew go? He went on, what they call it? The sabbatical. He went on a sabbatical. We don't know when he's coming back.
Yo, you got to wash out some sins out there.
You got to go to the mountains.
What did Prince say? Why don't you purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka?
Yo, you gotta go find Lake Minnetonka right now to go wash that off. Do the crying game in the shower in the lake.
You're stuck though. I think, like for me, I think you're stuck and you're there that long. It would trip me out. I probably need a moment to gather, but I don't know. Like the kid, like if we already have kids and everything like that. If we don't have kids, I'm out.
Right.
I'm out the gate running. Whatever. I mean, like, damn. Well, maybe that's the reason why we knew each other's bodies. Then I'm out. But I think we have kids and stuff like that. I might bite the bullet for a while. I don't know. We might be in different rooms. Might be in different rooms and stuff for a minute.
But come to terms with what we think, because it's gonna be this. How long do you think it'll take you
for everything sink in?
For it to fully come to terms.
It depends how I find out.
Okay.
So let's say somebody's like say we did like ancestry.com thing, be like, hey, I want to find out my heritage. You should do one too, babe.
Yeah.
And then the shit kind of mirror each other, be like, WT fuck? Like, let me see your paper. And be like, yo, let's do a DNA test. And then if it came out like that, it'd be like, all right, look, check this shit out.
Yeah.
This is between us. Like I said, we have no kids. Be like, yo, we'll just say we come to an agreement that we just found out we're not the people for each other.
Yeah.
And we'll just kind of call it a day.
There was a rapper the other day just talking about how he was smashing his cousin. He didn't know. And then we found out he just continued smashing his cousin.
Kevin Gates.
That's who it was.
Kevin Gates is a wild guy. That guy's a wild boy. Like,
and then he'll shock the shit on me with something profound.
Kevin Gates, I hope you're hearing this and stuff, whatever. One day, I would love for you to come on the Podical. I would love. That's one person. There's a few people and stuff on the Podical. Like, I would love to know for a fact they will match our energy.
Right.
Kevin Gates is one. I was just like, just to have, because like I said, he can go deep and profound. He has style and substance. And then he, like, the style shit, the wild shit he is, whatever. Like, you know, like, I've been eating the booty way for Janae ankle. I was like, like, okay, all right, fuck it. All right, yeah. So, but yeah. Kevin Gates. He with his cuz. And they going strong. So yeah. Carpe diem. Let's get to the Ask the Sons. Sons. Okay. Ask the Sons. First Ask the Sons for this week comes from Sakura Bunny. What occupation do you feel sorry for?
Occupation?
Yeah. I know one episode we were with Ben and he was on, we were saying like, what occupation has that dirt bags? Douchebags and everything like that. Somebody said that. I can't remember who.
I think it was lawyers and somebody.
I said real estate people.
And I think I said lawyers.
Yeah. But I think occupation I feel sorry for is teachers. Yo, I feel like teachers go do some shit.
Yeah.
Nowadays and stuff, whatever, right? Like there's some people that's like anti feeling sorry for teachers.
Right.
But I look at it like, yo, if you don't control your badass kid, right? Or don't set no discipline up with them, and then they pop off with another kid in my classroom, I gotta be the one to separate them. Much as I don't know how big your kid might be. Your kid might tower over me.
Right.
I might get punched in my face trying to separate some shit. We talked about teachers getting like fighting students and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
You're going there to probably do your job and all this type of stuff. And now you're in this point where students want to literally put their hands on you and everything. To the teachers that actually initiate this shit first, I don't feel sorry for.
Right. Yeah.
But like you're there, you came in for this and now like, you're going home with a black eye and all this type of stuff, or they probably fuck up your car because they failed the test that you told them to study for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel it for teachers.
Yeah. Yeah. Nighttime gas attendants.
Nighttime gas attendants. Do you think they do a lot of fighting?
I think.
I'm about to say because Waffle House people.
I think before the advent of smartphones, that has got to be the most boring ass job in the world. Sitting in this confined booth, right? Can't move. You got to deal with customers. Some of them not. We're talking nighttime, right? So a lot of those customers you're dealing with may be coming from the club.
Oh, you're talking about like after hours shit too.
Yeah, that's something like I said. Like when I mean nighttime, like I'm talking like going way into the night where it's like the midnight to like on like that attendant when it's absolutely dead.
Fam, you can get robbed.
And that too. That's what I'm saying. It's like, and a lot of them have been robbed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So can you imagine that? Like, but could you imagine before the advent of the smartphone? Like, of course, if your boss was nice enough, he might get you a little TV.
But other than that, you're fucked.
Other than that,
valid point. Valid point. I feel sorry for them now too. I'm gonna tell someone like, "Hey, buck up, pup."
buck up, pup.
Next question comes from Candy. What is a flaw that you find absolutely beautiful on a person? It's a flaw. I consider myself flawsome.
Flawsome?
Yeah. I'm awesome with all my flaws.
Mm-hmm.
So let me say this. I like when people snort. When they laugh.
And they laugh and they snort.
And some people like I see somebody like I was making somebody laugh the other day and stuff at work.
Yeah.
It was in case my girl heard this. It wasn't that kind of level of stuff with her, but it was a woman. She was there. She was laughing. She's like, she did a little snort. She's like, oh my god, I was like, I'm embarrassed. I was like, no, that means I know the joke slapped.
Right.
Don't be embarrassed at a damn snort, but it's part of you, right? People don't like I know some people don't like freckles. Most people who have freckles don't like their freckles, especially when they're younger.
And I had freckles on the mind, but I don't consider that a flaw though. And that's why I didn't. And that's why I didn't immediately jump out.
I think for like some of them,
right?
They might find it like a flaw and stuff, whatever.
And that's what I kind of thought because I like freckles.
I dig freckles. I
like freckles.
My pops had freckles, right?
Low key, I think like a little light lisp when you speak is cool.
The lisp,
yeah.
I can work with that.
Yeah, like the light, not the heavy lisp, like the little light lisp. You know what I mean?
Like it's so Philly.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I can rock with that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a flaw.
What else? What else like on a woman? Yo, my boy's wife, she coined this. Well, she coined it in my world. She called it feminine fat. I love handles. Okay. Love handles. Yeah. I don't mind. I like that. You were the pioneer in my world. That's right. We go back to this conversation again. Folks, one day I was with Smooth. We were cruising in his Beamer and everything like that. So we're going 2 miles an hour.
And this is why I say I'm proud of my son who no longer speaks in absolutes.
Over a decade ago, was it? A decade ago. Almost 2 decades. Almost 2 decades ago. We were cruising in the Beamer. So, of course, Smooth's driving 2 miles an hour so everyone can see us and everything like that. And she was a tick chick. Yeah. She was tick. And I was like, huh. And you're like, yo, you should go talk to her. I'm like, nah, she's kind of fat. And you're like, you're a boy. I was like, what? You're like, yo, you're a boy. Yeah. Because like any man knows for a fact that's sexy and you can grab onto that and you can just still get the job done. I was like, huh? And it's so funny and stuff too, because I think like many, many, many moons later, I think, well, I'm not gonna say her name,
Right.
but one of my exes, with the, she was like tits on a stick,
Right.
right? And she's like, I feel like you would love me more if I had more meat on my body. And I was like, oh, this goes back to the smooth conversation. I'm like, I was once a boy, now I am a man. Now, I need a woman with some meat on her body. I'm sorry.
I no longer.
I'm so sorry.
I've changed.
I've changed.
I've grown.
I've grown.
Don't hold me.
To all the
Don't
slim,
hold me.
oh my gosh, to all the slim women out there, like, you guys are still beautiful in your own way, but I look at it like this. Like, let's say some women might dig me for, I want to say, like my humor.
Right.
Right? Some women might dig me for, I guess, my look.
Right.
Right? Different things. They might like me for different aspects and stuff like that. I think there's beauty in everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like it might not be a flaw, but it just might be somebody might like highlight the beauty like more into a person. The dopest thing I heard and stuff was, I was watching anime. I was watching anime. I was watching Naruto. And when I was watching Naruto, his mom hated her hair. She hated her hair with a passion. She had bright red, thick ass hair, and she hated it. And the kids used to make fun of her, so she fought all the kids. And one day she got kidnapped. And his father saved her. And then she was popping out strands of her hair and it was kind of like on the trail and he found her and stuff. She's like, how'd you find me? And he's like, I found you from your beautiful hair. And she said, the thing that I hated about myself the most led me to the man of my dreams. So just because you don't like it, that doesn't mean the stuff that someone else doesn't adore it on you. Done. Mic drop. Well, I can't drop these. These expensive. These expensive.
We paid a penny for these.
Top dollar for these things. Yeah. Last one comes from Lexi Love. Lexi Love says, what show or video do you guys regret watching? Two Girls in a Cup.
I never watched that.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Trust me.
Trust you.
Don't do it.
Trust you.
Don't do it. And How I Met Your Mother. Dumbest show. You don't need that many seasons for that show.
Yeah.
You don't need that many seasons for that show. Picture you telling your story to your two kids on how you met their mom. How long do you need to tell them that?
Yeah. No. I don't know if you remember this movie. It's like way, way, way back in the day. And I don't know if it was supposed to be a thriller or suspense. But it was called Pin.
No. Who's in the star? Who's starring it?
Oh shit, I can't even remember. But it was about this this young boy, right? And eventually he grows up to be a young man, but he has psychological issues. And so he goes to at the doctor that he goes to, they have one of those those I don't know what they call them, but it's the human body, the whole human body, where you can pull them apart and show like different parts on the inside,
like a mannequin.
Like it's like the mannequin, but it'll show the circular system.
For in the hospital.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the teaching mannequins.
The teaching mannequins.
Yeah.
So it was like so it was like one of that, and like it just like the whole thing was like this teaching mannequin like talking to him. And then one day, I think it was one scene. He went in and he must have seen like a nurse making out with the mannequin.
I knew. I was like, please don't tell me somebody fucked the teaching mannequin. Please don't tell me.
Yes, bro. It's the nurse. He's seen.
Gosh. Okay,
bro. Like, it's the weirdest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, so I'm not watching Pin. I'm gonna avoid that.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna see who starred in it.
Yeah.
And be like, I'm gonna wonder which one fucked the mannequin now when I see it go to IMDb. Be like, was it you that fucked the mannequin? I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, like, but I have no inkling at all to watch the Jeffrey the Dahmer story.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
I didn't care for it because I barely watch TV.
Right.
I barely watch TV.
Right.
Netflix, all that type of shit, whatever. But Boozy came out the other day and saying like people should boycott, black people especially should boycott watching the movie.
Right.
And I was looking at it when he was saying, I was like, bitch, this is only gonna make me want to watch the movie even more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, well, like, why should we not watch the movie? Like, oh, black people. I was like, is there like random slurs going across, whatever? But I'm like, I know he ate some black people.
Yeah.
I know he killed and ate some black people and stuff like that. I know for sure.
Yeah.
But I was looking like, why though? Like, why are you saying this about the movie? Because me personally, I prefer documentaries.
Right.
Because I feel like I can get a documentary for an hour compared to like a movie that might be like almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I get I get the truth closer to that than the fictional entertainment value.
Entertainment value.
Yeah.
And with the story with that particular story, a lot of the information we already know. And there's been documentaries.
So that's why I've never really I seen one documentary way back when, so I've never really cared for Jeffrey after that.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, and same here. Like, and not specifically, and I haven't specifically like watched like full entire documentaries, but I've seen bits and pieces. I've seen interviews with victims, with the one dude who escaped, the survivors. Yeah. I've seen you know what I mean? So through that you get to bits and pieces and you get to know the story. And the story, as I know it, ain't a good one. So why would I need to watch Netflix version?
Could be a fetish.
To give Netflix money off of these victims.
So who's looking at Squid Games? Like, yo, people broke their neck to watch Squid Games. And if it's Netflix and it's in that top 10, people be like, oh, I don't have nothing else to watch. Just watch. I even just paid attention the other day. I was running Netflix for my son and I was looking at like when you're going like through users, it says surprise me underneath. I'm like, I don't know if I can gamble with that though, whatever, because I look at different shit.
That's a gamble.
Yeah, so no.
That's a gamble.
No, they might surprise you with a damn Jeffrey Dahmer thing. Yeah, no. Okay. We are here. Are you ready? Did you forget?
No, I remembered it because I've actually I had it last month because I was thinking exactly the same topic, well, portion of the same topic we were talking about a little bit earlier, and it basically goes like this. You could do the right business with the wrong person. So says the sons.
Talk to things.
We see it, and again, we're just going back to our previous conversation. We see it a lot of times. A lot of times people have the idea of going into business with each other because they feel like they're friends and they can make it work. A lot of times somebody might have a business idea, right? And realize it's not something that he can take on their own. They might need a partner, right? And instead of breaking down that idea, what it takes to execute that idea, who do you need to put in place? You tell your friend that you need, you want them to come join this business, right? Your friend might be excited that you've invited them to join this business, right? But they don't have no clue of how business runs. You understand? So now, here's the two of you are in business, and it might be something that you know a lot of.
Yeah, one person might be in depth and the other person knows nothing.
Right. The other person knows absolutely nothing. That becomes a problem. Because in order for that person to help you, you now have to take your time out to train that person. And then hope that person gets it, right? But what if it's a discipline that person's never really interested in?
This isn't my first rodeo. I've been in different businesses with different people.
So you know exactly what I'm talking. So you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? And not looking back, you realize you probably could have went out searching and found somebody who's actually interested in what you're doing. And that person could actually be a way better fit than your friend.
Of course. Okay, so let me ask you this. If I'm your friend and we're in a conversation about something and a brilliant idea came up,
Right.
right? And it's for you. A
Right.
brilliant idea came up for you.
Right.
And I mentioned it and stuff to you. And then let's say you go forward and conquer
Right.
with said idea. Do you pay me?
Of course.
Okay, because I remember like when we were talking about music thing and you were saying, we were talking about the Fat Joe All the Way Up, how there's so many people and stuff
Yeah.
like cited on that song because
Yeah.
there could have been so many people in the studio.
Right. Right.
When the idea came up for something or gave an idea for
Right.
something, whatever,
Right.
right? I was just trying to, so you don't really got to do business, you just got to pay them for their service.
But I'm going to do that 100% because I wouldn't be in business if it wasn't for you giving me the idea. It's as simple as that.
So I just pay you for the service.
It's as simple as
But
that.
I don't want you as a partner.
Yeah, it could even be to a point where I know it's going to be so freaking successful. I might give you a percentage.
Mm-hmm.
I might say, yo, take 10%, bro. Because without you, without that thought you had, this is nothing. You may not know what you did. You may not know where you started.
Right.
You just had the idea.
Usual.
Yeah. But that idea it snowballed into something great. I'm just giving you what you deserve.
Fair.
I'm giving you 100% what you deserve.
Cool. So say the Suns.
So says the Suns.
We are here. This is it. This is bye-bye for now, for 7 days. Once again, like, comment, subscribe.
All of that.
All the above. Ask the Suns questions. Very good. Very well. Thank you. We appreciate them. Keep sending them. Keep launching them things. And once again, thank you for listening to the Podical Suns. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love, y'all.
And that Rihanna's coming out with an album in 2023.
2023. Don't sleep.
Peace.
Peace.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.